I am in Florida, here to do some motor officer training with Jerry and a whole bunch of YouTubers.
Jerry Motorman Palladino here, and today is the day. I know you've been practicing doodle, so I expect great things from you.
What if it's just good?
No, I want great.
Hi, I'm Meg. My channel's Meg's Motorcycle Journey. Cameraman's here with us for once. He's actually going to participate.
Yo, Andy. MCC Just Motos from Baltimore, Maryland.
Yes, I'm Jogo from Jogo Motorcycle Adventures.
You're gonna put me on the big bike today. All right. This is the one. The old police bike. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. This will be a different kind of video. Today, we'll show us doing every single exercise, so it'll be like you're right here with us. You can even use this video as a guide to train on your own.
Okay, whatever you do, don't press this button.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
There's a siren button. The way the process works is Jerry will usually have someone demo the exercise, he explains the principles, and has everyone go through it a couple of times. Then he'll give feedback and have you repeat it, and he usually doesn't move on to the next exercise until most of the students pretty much have it down. First thing we practice is the slow race. So the purpose of the slow race is to test your friction zone abilities. The friction zone is that sweet spot with using the clutch and the throttle and a little bit of rear brake. If you can go as slow as you can physically possibly go on your bike and stay balanced, say you're not moving back and forth, you're staying in a straight line, that's when you know your friction zone is on point. And when your friction zone is on point, it makes these tight, slow speed skills a lot easier. So, Jerry will not have you move forward with any of the harder exercise until this fundamental is set.
Too much brake?
Yeah, way too much. The brake is a little helper. It's mainly clutch and throttle. And you should be able, as you're going along, if I say, let me hear you rev the motor, you should be able to rev it without pulling the clutch in and without the bike leaping ahead.
The slow cone weave is almost impossible to do unless your friction zone is on point. This doesn't work if you're coasting, so that has to be just right. He spaces the cones 12 feet apart and recommends that if you're practicing this on your own and having difficulties, to try with them at 14 or 15 apart to start. The tips Jerry gives with this is to allow the bike to lean from side to side, weaving through the cones. What's kind of instinctual to do is to look down at the first cone ahead of you. And that's when it gets hard, and that's when you start messing up. But Jerry has a trick for that can make it work immediately.
Does it feel like they're getting closer together as you get towards the end?
Yeah.
You know why?
Because I'm looking down.
You start looking down just like the last time. Keep your head and eyes up. Look past those cones.
I didn't expect to make that.
Trying to keep the bike straight up as you go through there and steer through,
I need a dip.
which you're doing okay with the clutch and throttle because it's harder to steer through than to let it lean. But you got to pick up your speed and turn those bars aggressively hard from side to side to get that bike dipping. And look far ahead. Okay, this exercise is called the offset cone weave. It's a series of left turns and right turns. They are S-shaped left turns and right turns. The closer you get to the green tip cone, the more room you're going to have to make this turn.
So the offset cone weave is a series of 24 feet wide U-turns. The cones are set at 30 feet apart, and there are 5 of them. The trick that Jerry has you do with this is to basically turn your head before you even hit the first cone you're trying to turn at. And that'll turn everything, your whole body, your handlebars, the bike. Usually I could never get this unless I had been practicing before. So it's almost not worth taking this class unless you've been practicing U-turns for at least a few days, even 10 to 15 minutes. And that'll make the class worth so much more.
This will keep you from riding off the road, making these S-shaped turns and snapping your head and eyes quickly from left to right, right to left. Throttle was good that time, but watch that you don't give it too much. You don't need as much throttle as you're using.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, I keep feeling myself slipping with it.
Yeah. Gotta go faster, Meg. Okay, I know that it's not as much of a challenge as you're usually used to, so I'm going to make it a little tougher. I know that deep down in your soul, that's what you're saying. Can you make it a little harder? Okay, okay.
No, nobody said that.
Yeah, only you said that.
Deep in your soul. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go into that first gate, and you're going to make a complete circle. So you're going to pass that green cone 2 times. As soon as you pass it the first time, get your head around and try to find it again. You won't be able to see it till you're halfway around, but that's okay. I want to see one head turn like this to the left and then like this to the right. I don't want to see this because that's a comedy routine. If you remember the Little Rascals, they call it a double take. We don't want that. It's one head turn. So we do a lot of circles is because it forces you to use your head and eyes. That's the most important thing out on the road. 3 bikes, no waiting.
What's that?
You're leading the 2 bikes.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything different. You don't have to, all right?
So what's happening here is whenever we're able to get the exercises fairly accurately, Jerry will start to challenge us by putting several of us in the exercise at once. And it's kind of a brain twister, let's call it. It messes with your head a little bit, just seeing people so close to you. And on top of that, he might even add in some circles, just to give it a little bit more of a challenge if you're getting this exercise.
Just that.
Yeah, I would like it to be a little looser than that.
Yeah, go through it one more time.
Okay.
And then pull over by the table and we'll take a break and I'll fix that clutch.
Oh, thank you.
Watch your throttle.
I know.
You know how much that clutch costs because you just bought one, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to buy another one, do you?
No.
Right. Go ahead.
$700.
What we have here is an intersection or a 4-leaf clover. So you're going to come in here. You can almost see the arrows, but we made it in chalk. When you get to the green cone, snap your head and eyes. Make a U-turn. Same thing over there. You want to find the next green cone. As soon as your U-turn is completed down there, you're already looking. So I gave you, what, 7, 8, 9 feet to screw it up and still make it.
Oh, nice. That's so nice, Jared.
I'm a charitable guy.
I actually just messed this up, but I didn't get it on camera, so you'll just get me getting it right.
So the intersection is this 4-leaf clover with the U-turn set at 24 feet apart. And if you're getting it in one direction, Jerry will usually send you back in the other direction. This is where a lot of students, especially if they haven't been practicing, drop their bike in class. Or just peel out completely and completely get out of the four-leaf clover. If you're at home and you need to practice, just keep in mind that parking spaces are set at about 9 feet wide. So if you try to practice figure eights or just doing a U-turn within 2 parking spaces, if that's just your goal, that'll make this class so much easier. What I just did right there is put my foot down to try to keep the bike from falling because I felt like it was about to fall. Whatever you do, don't do that. Just let the bike fall. You could potentially break your leg if you do that, because if you're on a 900-pound bike and it falls, that's not going to be a good day for you. So yeah, just let it fall or release the clutch so you can keep going forward is what Jerry told me one day.
And the thing is you can't see what's on the top till you get there, but you gotta be pinned or you're not gonna make it. So you're like pinned all the way up. Like,
I came up to one of it.
I do expert witness stuff, and I have a girl right now. In case I work with, she's no training, no license, no anything. She's on a little 250. She's riding down the road. She's coming to a railroad track. She knows it's there. Railroad track, she would think she would start to slow down. Well, she doesn't. She's going about 40, 45. And there's a big truck in the median. You know, you should recognize that as a potential threat. If it were me, I would get off the throttle and go really slow because I don't know what that truck's going to do. She's 170 feet from it when she notices it, but she could have seen it 700 feet away. It's a perfectly straight road. So she hoped for the best. Well, the best didn't happen. The truck pulled out. She doesn't know how to brake or swerve or anything. She hits the bumper of the truck with this leg right here. And I'd never seen anything like this. There was so much stuff coming out of her leg that I didn't think there was. I mean, it looked like 15 pounds of chopped meat. The leg was just split wide open. That's what it looked like. I can't imagine what's in there, but it was horrible. And she, believe it or not, this 2 years ago, she's walking now. They didn't take her leg. Wow. But it's 99% of motorcycle crashes are avoidable. If you're looking ahead, you could avoid it and make a decision as to what to do. She didn't. She just kept on riding, hoping for the best, and the best didn't happen.
We have one more exercise left.
Line up for the snowman.
All right, we're gonna do one more exercise. There's 3 left, but 2 of them we can't do because of the rain and insurance. So we're gonna do one more, which is the snowman. I used to be so afraid of the snowman, but I've been practicing a lot, so we'll see.
Complete left circle, complete right circle, complete left circle. Once is dumb luck, twice is skill.
The snowman is a series of 3 circles back to back, like a figure 8 with an additional circle. They're at 24 feet, 26 feet, and 30 feet. So in theory, it sounds easy, especially since the exercises are set up at 24 feet U-turns. But what really messes with your head is all the tall cones in a tighter space together and just needing to be so much more precise than you had to be in some of the other exercises. For many years of coming to Jerry's class, I used to not be able to do this exercise at all. Like, I never finished it until last year when I finally started practicing my U-turns on my own.
Let's go over, you know where the intersection starts?
yeah.
Let's go over there. Look here. Look there. Look back there.
So we'd end the day with a little bit of a competition.
This is best rider in the class trophy. How you get this is you're going to go through the intersection as quickly as possible with the least amount of errors. You put a foot down, I add a second. You hit a cone, I add a second. If you go out of the leg, you're done. That's when you'll get this. So you got to earn it. But the good news is we have a second prize. Second prize is you get a picture of the person who actually won the trophy. You know, it's something. Anyway.
No practice?
No practice. You've been practicing all morning. Average time through here is 32 to 34 seconds in the drive.
Okay.
What do you think you're going to do?
32 seconds.
No, you could do better than that. Get set. Go. $30 seconds.
30 seconds, all right.
On your mark. Get set. Go. $26.34.
Did I beat you? All right, 26:34. That's the number to beat. This is true.
This was the moment when I discovered I had a new nemesis, and his name was Jogo Motorcycle Adventures.
Oh, those are some pretty counter steers. Oh, now you're just showing
Should I
up.
screw with him? Should I screw with him?
Yes. Oh.
29. No, I'm messing with you. 24.
24. 24. That's the winner.
Hold it up.
Ready? Yeah.
You are so improved from where you were, because I had watched like early practices that you did with him, and like you've come a long way. I mean, I know you've been like working hard at it, but it shows.
Thank you.
It really, practice really pays off. You can see it.
I know.
And here we are in the pouring rain, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. You just went up to 80-20 on passing the motor off scores. 80% you're going to do it, only 20% you're going to fail.
Okay.
I had you 50-50 a little while ago, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
The moto officers we talked to at Bike Week said they've never had a woman pass the course ever in Maryland. Thought about it just to say that a woman did it, right?
I think you should do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Don't get it wet.
We
Thanks,
appreciate
Jerry.
you guys coming out and doing this, Jerry. Thank you so much.
There goes Meg and cameraman Mike. See you later tonight.
So you said we were not the best class you've ever had?
No.
Who was?
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I mean, who could be better?
Yeah,
right?
seriously, who was better?
We did great. You said it yourself.
You did great. But I've had classes where everybody in the class had been practicing. Some retired motor officers getting their skills back.
Okay,
Some competition
So you brought in
riders.
some riggers for this.
And if you come back in a year, it's half price.
Okay.
If you all want to see more full practice sessions, be sure to let me know down below if you like this kind of video. I hope you understand, but I try to only respond to comments on the first day of video release. If you want a guaranteed response and a way to support this channel, you can support me on Patreon, and I'll always respond to your Patreon messages. Or you can become a YouTube channel member and I'll be able to search for your comments if you're a member. And if you want the condensed tips of what I learned in 12,000 U-turns over the past year, and courses like this, check out Common U-Turn Mistakes next.